Take them for fun. Why not?
They work like a charm, so thank you, sir. It was like an old guy in a suit, so the guy seemed legit.
No kidding. He's like Easy Andy, the taxi driver.
I see.
Well, maybe crush him up and snort him. Just really get it going, you know?
Yeah.
Really get some risk-taking.
I mean, I was drinking on it. It was a great time. And then Florida's such a weird place. Got my rental car the next day. Drove to Fort Myers.
Ah, that's where the Red Sox play their preseason ball games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a sleepy town. It's a very small town. It's almost like Ford and Edison had a summer home there.
No kidding.
And those two inventors still couldn't invent anything to do there. Real boring.
No kidding.
Not much going on.
I think in the spring, whatever, it's baseball. It's hot. It's hopping. Like, February, March. And then I'll probably, after that, it's just...
Not much going on. So I said, did the show. Show was great. Nice crowd. I go, I need to get a drink. Well, where should I get a drink? And I got this guy, Jack. He's our production guy.
By the way, Jack.
So I go, hey, Jack, you want to come out with me to get a drink? And I could tell he didn't, but he was like, all right, sure. I go up to the security guard. I go, what's a good bar? And he goes, this place, Flamin' Joe's. And I go, great. So we go to Flamin' Joe's. It's karaoke night. It's just fat, drunk Florida people. Everybody's in tank tops and flip-flops, and they're all singing, we're halfway there. Whoa! You know, and I'm like, God damn. So I get a drink, and I go out to the patio. Everyone from the show is there.
Oh,
everyone who works at the show is there at the theater. The security guard's like, oh, hey, good to see you. I've seen a lot of comedy come through there, and you are one of the worst. You're like, all right, thank you. And I go, I got to leave. It was just sitting in that Florida heat. Everyone from the show is buying me drinks and putting cigarettes out on me, and I had to go home.
Boy, that is a rough one. I mean, the idea of going to, like, I'm going to have a nice, quiet drink and settle down, and then it's,
yeah.
I can't handle it. Unless you're that guy.
No, didn't have it in me.
Like Bert is like, we're all going to this bar, and then you drink and you go crazy. But to me, I'm like, if I drink, I want to be at the end of the bar, listening to Tom Waits, fucking smashing down Jaeger bombs and IPAs
and
crying.
Trazodone.
Yeah, and texting my ex-girlfriend, being like, "You love me, you fat whore."
Yes, those were the days. But no, this was like just you're performing again.
Right.
All you want to do you want to check out.
Yeah, you want to turn it off.
And I noticed that maybe it was a Florida thing, but everybody would come up to the table and they would tell us their life story. They go, "Oh, hey, I saw the show. By the way, I'm a deep sea fisherman." And you go, "Oh, okay." Like, yeah, I've been doing it for like 50 years and thinking about getting out of it. I got into the crypto for a while. And you're sitting there going, I don't care.
Well, that's not a Florida. That's a drinking thing.
Is that a drinking thing?
When people are drinking, yeah, you think like, oh, everyone wants to hear. That's why you fucking stop drinking. Because when you're drinking, you're like, hey, everybody wants to hear some of this.
Right.
And then you repeat yourself. It's the repeating is Jerry.
The repeating is bad. But the weird thing is, like, a lot of these guys they just showed up with me. It was their first drink. You know, like
they followed you there?
Well, I think the security guard showed up. I watched him get out of his car, show up, and he goes, oh, hey, you're there. I'll be right with you. He gets a cocktail. He was security at the theater. He gets a cocktail. He walks over and goes, yeah, I'm from outside of Philadelphia. I moved down here to retire. I got the security job. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? But they all did it. And I'm just sitting there. And then you go, yeah, I'm from New Orleans. And they go, tell my story.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, well, I guess you got the floor. And then they go. And then you have to just wait. And me and Jack are like, and then they would tell you, go, oh, get out of here. And then maybe they'll buy you a drink so you get something out of it, and then they walk away. Then another guy walked over and goes, yeah, I'm from Ohio, you know, and I was a track star, you know, for years. And then I fucked my uncle, and then I had to move down here. And you're like, what is this? Is this how people converse?
Well, that sounds like my story, but I think that's what makes friends so wonderful and valuable in your life. Like you get like a Henry Phillips. You go to a bar with a Henry Phillips, just you could hit mute yourself, put duct tape over your ass and your mouth, and just sit there, and he'll entertain you with not, here's how I grew up.
Yeah.
He's like, one time me and Mark Cohen were doing this and this happened. One time this was happening, and you're on the floor laughing. that's what makes it so wonderful when you find a partner or friends, and we're lucky because we have access to so many hilarious people.
Yes, some of the funniest on the planet.
And we meet plenty of those people too, by the way. There's plenty of comedians that I think are great comedians who also are like, well, I think next year if I can do my special and get that special on this special, and then that special will lead to this special. And you're like, what the fuck are you telling me your plan for? I don't care about your plan.
Well, one magical day, I want to grab my sack, have a couple of drinks, and just wait and go, I don't care.
Right.
I live for that moment, but I'm not mean enough. It's
right.
too mean.
I know. I had the same problem.
The world would crumble.
I say this all the time. Everywhere I go, I'm like, I just want that personality that's just like, you're talking too much. It sucks, and we hate it, and please leave the room.
I think that's why a guy like Patrice O'Neal was so intriguing, because he would say that shit.
Right.
And you're like, I don't want him to say it to me, but if he said it to this guy, I wouldn't be upset.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a interesting characteristic that we do not possess.
No, but that's why I got a lot of friends, because I just go, well, whatever. I'll just sit here listening to you.
Same way.
And I'm like, all right, good to hear you. Nice.
Yeah. Growing up, I grew up with a bunch of mooks, and we'd all be in the car driving to some bar, party, whatever, and we all were drunk. And one guy would be in the front seat going, I want shotgun. No, I'm getting shotgun. And I'm like, I'm in the back. I never made a stink about it. And then he'd be like, this song sucks. Put on another song. And I'm like, I don't like any of this music, but I'm just dealing with it.
Right.
Why can't they deal with it?
Right.
Well,
what can you do?
What can you do?
That's what can you do for
a Klondike bar, a gay bar.
Gay bars coming soon. This is gonna be big. I really think. What should we put in it? Semen, obviously.
Nut.
Yeah, a little nut. I guess you can't put semen. It's like a salt or whatever. Oh, a salted nut.
Salt and batter.
Maybe there's kind of little subtle Tuesday-esque jokes. Nuts.
Yeah.
Salt.
It's all pipes.
Yeah.
Put some pipes in there.
Butter face.
Trazodone.
Yeah, put some of that in there. We want repeat customers.
They'll get addicted, maybe. Hey, folks, Tuesday Stories brought to you by BetterHelp. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Stop acting like you can handle it all. Even people who seem like they have it all together benefit from therapy, and BetterHelp is the best. They'll help you work through whatever's on your mind while letting you completely set your own schedule. All you do is fill out a quick questionnaire, and they'll match you with a licensed therapist. You can even switch therapists at any time if you want to change for no additional charge. Gotta do therapy. You'll benefit from it. Your partner will benefit from it. Your friends will benefit from it. Just get the garbage cleared out, and fix your brain. Get healthy. It's good for you. Just somebody to vent to. It's a big leg up. Go ahead, give it a try, and tell me that it isn't a total game changer. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays.
Well, West Palm Beach, Elder Fort Myers. Is there another one?
No, that's it. One Friday, one Sat, and home on Sunday. And then me and the lady, we've been doing these Sunday dates because they say you got to keep dates when you're married. So we went to the River Cafe.
What's that, the river?
Dumbo.
Oh God.
You can see right under the
trunk.
The Tuscany. You can see right under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, I know Dumbo with the carousel.
Yes,
absolutely.
Carousel. You can see the Battery Park as well. I think it's your new apartment, and it was great. Great night. We had a rough.
Ooh, joking.
Yeah, the whole thing, Trazodone, everything.
That's fun.
You name it.
You think you got a kid in there?
I think this was the one. I shot a real Sandy Hook right in that homeroom, and I think something's going to happen. Ironically, this will make a kid.
I can't wait.
Away.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It feels like honkies are now having to really rely on the frozen egg or the UTI, what is it called?
IVF?
IVF.
Well, it's because everyone we know is a comedian, so it takes so long to have a successful career. By the time you're like, I can afford a kid, you're 59 years old.
Good point.
Because if I had a kid when I was 28, I mean, we would have been on Skid Row.
Well, I think a lot of the people of color, they will opt for earlier. And even if they're not rich, they'll
suppose so. I mean, I just was, yeah. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know how I would have learned it. A piece of yodel.
Not so bad.
Yeah, yodel's fun.
I like a yodel. Oh, please. Sorry, I'm hogging with my Florida tales.
No, all good. So I had a gig. I think I texted you this night. This was a little while ago. I forgot to talk about it in the last couple of pods. I had a gig from old Amy Hawthorne. Love the Thorn.
Yeah, thorn in my paw.
Thorn in my side. Love Amy Hawthorne. So she texted me, goes, hey, I got a gig. It's for, I don't even know what it's for. It's like a fundraiser, but a thing. I never read any of this shit anymore. You just kind of scan down to that price.
Yeah. Okay. I like your language.
So we're talking 15-minute set, and it was on Park Lane Hotel.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
That's a classy hotel on 59th Street, right? Central Park South.
That's a hot area.
Right next to the plaza. So you look
yeah.
out over all Central Park, right by everything. Spectacular.
Love the cable.
And I was off that night. I had worked like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Not Sunday. I never worked Sunday. I worked and had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is a Thursday. And Sarah had a spot, so we tried to work. If she has a spot, I take the night off, vice versa, do it with the baby. But I said, hey, I got a $500 offer here.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Can't beat it.
That's pretty good.
Can't turn it down.
So that's like a tenth of my rent here in New York City. So I go, let me go get it. So we go, great. Her sister comes over. She watches the baby. The baby's sleeping anyways. I go out there. I said, let me just knock this out real quick. I don't know what it's for. Some kind of fundraiser. Fancy place. So I go, Park Lane. I'll put on a jacket.
Ooh.
So I put on a jacket. I got a fucking, New England Patriot shirt underneath and a pair of pants and whatever.
That's a good look.
I show up. Everybody's suits, big hairdos, high heels, leather goods, dressed up to the nines, dim lighting, and it's like a 5-star hotel. So right away, I was like Louis when he's tucking in his T-shirt in that episode. And I walk in, and I go, what is this for? And I still don't know what it's for. They're raising money for kids. Kids aren't there. They're not parents. Whatever. I look, it looks pretty diverse. They got good food, bar, and I'm like, all right, this will be fine. Whatever. There's a host, and I'm going first. Yada, yada.
15 minutes.
I got to shoot home because I got a baby, got a babysitter. So I go, okay. Nice and easy, 500 fucking cash, boom, bam.
A lot of simoleons.
In, out, Thursday evening.
15, you can do it with your eyes open.
So it's one of these ones where the host goes up and you go, this will be fine. He'll get them warmed up, and then we'll get on our way. And right away, he goes up, funny guy. He goes up and just goes, yeah, so, something. Here's the punchline. And I mean, it was like, I got a quick check. I was like, oh, good. That was nothing.
Oh, boy.
Then he goes, oh, well, anyways, so, up, a bit. And I go, and it's like this. And I'm going, oh, boy, I'm going to eat a bag of carrots. And it's not him. He's hilarious.
Sure.
And it's just there staring.
Yeah.
And I don't know if no one told them it was comedy night, or if I don't know what happened. Then he gets them a couple times, couple laughs, and you hear the room laugh. You're like, okay, here we go.
All right.
Then the next one does okay.
Touch and go.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, well, this is not hot. But you always have this thing as a comic. You go, all right, well, I'll get him. He went up cold.
Yes.
It's brutal. Going up cold in comedy is the hardest thing. So brutal.
Oh, yeah, especially the fundraiser.
Absolutely. So they're probably saying, if he didn't get an intro or anything like that, he'll give me a good intro. They'll go, oh, okay. And then a lot of times, psychologically, people think whoever goes on first sucks. The next guy, it's up the guy.
Right. And you got some credentials, so that can get the psychology as well.
So I'm going, this is going to be rough, but it's 15 minutes. I bet I'll get it.
Oh, I got a good feeling about this.
So here we come. There he is, fucking YouTube special, Joe List. And so I try to riff a little. I go, well, YouTube, I just want to say, I mean, they do well. They have millions of views. You guys are probably thinking anyone could do a YouTube special, but these are pretty successful.
Very likable.
So everyone goes like this. Dead silent. I thought that would be funny because, I'm saying, yes, they're on YouTube. I mean, I was on the Tonight Show, too. And now they're just going like this. And I always say it's like a pride fight where you've trained, you're ready, you're punching yourself. All right, fight. And then you go out and they throw a jab and it just stuns you and you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have taken this ball. I'm fine. So then I go, all right, let me not goof around. I'm getting paid. This is a fundraiser. I gotta get
business time.
Here comes my A material, my black people versus N-words, my kids at the dentist, my, my
7 dirty words.
What's the deal with Halloween, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I hit him with it, Jerry.
Yes.
I hit him hard with the Picasso, baby. I busted out.
Oh, he's not Italian.
I mean, I busted out and boom, and it's like this. I mean, nothing, Jerry. And then this joke's got a million tag and nothing. And finally I go, well, what's going on? I go, all right, I got to dismount and start improvising, start doing a little self-deprecate a little, maybe talk about the room. What is this? I don't even know what you guys do. What are you, the Illuminati? That kind of shit.
Oh, that's good.
That's getting a couple tees.
Okay, because they like being talked to because it shows you're in the room.
Yeah, so
it's
then
about them.
I do a couple of those. I got the back sweat, the front sweat, the dick sweat.
And what are we at, a minute and a half now?
I'm at maybe 3 minutes in.
And
I'm going, woo. And I'm talking there, blank, stare, what the fuck. And finally I go, all right. And then I do this joke. Another joke. A material. Zilch, Jerry.
Did you hit him with the touching paintings?
I did touch his paintings. I did touch his kids. I mean, I was giving him the good. I went dirty. I went sex. I went fucking everything. And you know that thing where eventually you start going, these jokes kill every night.
I don't get it.
Everywhere, every night. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like...
out loud you're saying this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, well, that comes a little later. That comes about 12 minutes in.
Okay.
But, so I'm doing a bit that just works every night, everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're going... So now I start to get annoyed. I'm like, do you see why that would be a funny thing to say? Because this isn't this. And then a black woman goes, yeah, we get it.
Oh!
I get hit with the we get it.
Racial.
From a black woman, which is extra hurtful because you just want black women to like you so much.
You got that right, Fatty.
So then I go, okay, I got the we get it. Now I'm getting some chuckle because now it's coming apart at the seams. So now people are starting to laugh here and there.
Can't look away.
And I'm going, sir, can you help me? You're smiling. Are you the boss? Is this guy the boss? Is that why you got? That's getting a laugh here and there. So it's getting to be a little bit something. You know what you should do is put this on the Patreon. So it's getting a little bit whatever, a couple chuckles here and there, and I go, this guy, sir, can you, this one table, why does this, could some of you move over here? I'm busting out every trick.
Yeah, every move in the book.
It's getting a little bit, and then I do, and now I'm like, I'm starting to get them.
Oh, well, the clock's about to run out.
I start doing some dick jokes, sucking my balls, and this, and now that's hitting. I'm like, I guess I should have opened with the ball material. This lady looks upset, but you're not, and she goes, I am.
Oh, Lord have mercy on us all.
I go, okay, well, what are you going to do? And I'm just, the other two comics are late. So now I have the feeling of like, I'm up here. It's my time to die up here. It's like in baseball with a bullpen, you just leave a pitcher in. They're like, the manager gives you the signal like, it's you, buddy.
Right.
And you got to just give up all the runs. Your ERA is up the ass. So I'm just eating shit. And I go, because, balls are a thing. Different black lady over here. We get it.
Gee, get some new material. What is this, a callback?
I go, this is a different lady. So I go, okay, you get it. I go like this. Do you? Do you get it? Because it seems like you don't get it.
Yeah. Because
these jokes work, but now I'm having a meltdown. And then an Asian woman at the bar, I swear to God, this is the craziest heckle I've ever got. She goes, try some similes.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow. Simile.
A simile. I go, well, what's the simile? I go, okay. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting, like, I don't, it's so bad. I don't care. Fuck it.
Just let me leave.
So I go, what's the simile? That's like or as? Comparing things using like or as?
Yes.
And I go, this gig sucks as much as my sister's fucking ass. And I'm just going, and now, like, the men are starting to laugh. Like, this guy's breaking down. And there's a bunch of women just like this. And then the woman, the simile lady's like doing this. She's ducking because it's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And you're like, well, you yelled that out.
Yeah, this is your problem?
And I'm like, I didn't know this was simile comedy. I'm trying to be silly. It was just off the rails. I haven't bombed like that since I can't even remember when. 20 years.
Because you know they're thinking this guy sucks. I don't know. But you guys are ruining everything because you're not getting it. You're not laughing. This is on you.
I literally, the minute 19, I was like, will you guys do me a favor? Go look me up. Look me up, guys. I got a standing O on the Tonight Show, Netflix, and the YouTube. Millions. Go read the comments on my special. I'm telling you, I got the goods, folks. And they're black women are just booing and snapping. And then I get home, a guy messaged, Tuesday, was at the show. That was awesome. And I'm like, awesome? What are you, crazy?
Took my own life.
Seriously, I wanted to get a fucking bow and arrow and shoot it at myself.
Wow. So what do you think you did? 22?
I don't know. It's recorded somewhere. I might have deleted it. Probably 19.
Well, you can get more money for going over.
Oh, maybe you're right.
But that's why you get the 500, I guess, because they knew it was a hell gig. And did you see the other comics? Were they any good?
Dean Edwards was going on next, and he was dying. I mean, he was video. I could see him in the back, like videotaping and taking photos. And then he gave me like a big, that comic hug of like, woo, I feel you.
Yeah, D-Day.
And now I think they're really busted open. I gave them some laugh. By the end, it was like. I laughed on like, okay, well, it was almost like Burr at the stadium.
Right.
You're like, well, that's 2 more minutes. Oh my God! But I got 2. We get it, and 1. Try some simile.
I've never heard of a try this in all my years. I've heard you're not funny. You suck. You should quit. You should kill yourself. Who told you were funny? I've heard next.
Right. But just try a simile.
Wow. How about a metaphor?
I love the idea that I just do a simile and they're like,
Exactly.
But no simile, but that's why it's that. It's always happened. Now, 25 years into comedy, 59 years old. You walk off. In the old days, you'd be bruised and shattered, and I gotta redo my life. Now you just go, all right, just get a lift and get out of here.
I guess. You're a little shaken.
Well, you're like, that was crazy, but the same jokes I did the previous 250 shows killed.
Exactly.
And not just for my crowd, at the stand, at the cellar, at the wherever, and bar shows, wherever. So you're like, oh, what are you gonna do? That's why I get annoyed with Jerry for all those years. Was like, it's never the audience. Everyone gets the computer, you're like, well, how can it not be the audience? That doesn't make any sense.
Of course.
I'm
yeah.
saying 5 previous shows.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Of course it's the audience. They're scared at me.
I know. At least you're secure enough to know, and that comes the time to experience it. You're like, well, that was horrible. That was crazy. Not a good event. I'll go home.
Right.
You're not like, yo, I need to rethink my career. Maybe I'll quit.
Right. By the way, I say it's always the audience. You talk about when you do your proper AA act. I mean, when you do a special, you start over. If you do anything and they're staring at you, that's
on you.
That's probably on you.
Yeah.
But
No, I get it.
Yeah, this joke.
But
Pause.
it's frustrating how flimsy comedy is because you're in a comedy with those jokes, you're killing. You're in a theater with those jokes, you're killing. You put it in a fundraiser in a hotel ballroom or wherever the fuck you're at, and it's ice cold. I just did the Meridian, whatever, for Seth Herzog. You booked yourself. Will Forte is hosting.
Whoa.
So I go, this is a high level gig. Seth is paying very well. Everybody's in a suit. The food is amazing. And I ate a bag of horse shit for 20 minutes. And you just go, I don't know what else to give me.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's the thing about comedy. It's funny, too, is you're like, well, I don't have any other bits.
This is my act.
I just have these bits to tell you.
Yeah.
So let's all just get through it together. Which I always think should be, it shouldn't be insane to end your set early.
Sure.
Like, you're like, I'm bummed. You guys aren't enjoying
You hate
this.
me, yeah.
Good night.
I know.
And then you only did 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, no, just nobody was having fun.
But you do want to just go, you got to know you're wrong here, though.
Right.
If we're going off statistics and reporting. Oh, I should have caught that. Sorry.
Yeah, that was right at you.
If we're going off, here, hit me again with this.
Hold on. Here we
If
go.
we're going off statistics, you're wrong. That tasted weird.
That's probably my breath.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm just saying, if we're going off of 800 other performances versus this one, I can really make an argument.
It's funny. It is so much setting, and also, and you don't want everyone to know each other. You want a mixture of a group. You want it mixed, and then it's like a big round table, so it doesn't feel like tables of people, and they know each other, and then they're all bosses are there, and so it's a work environment.
Right.
You don't want a work environment thing.
No.
So, boy, like 2 minutes later, I got a podcast in, and I'm home 12 minutes later.
Yeah, you robbed a bank. It was a little hairy, but you got out.
So you're like, that was crazy. And then you're just like, all right, I'll watch the hockey game.
At my Meridian, I got one of these. That one was good. One of them kind of hit, and that one was good, which is so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, it's very annoying. And like you said, the hardest part is the ego of like you're leaving, and you're like 100 people are like, why'd they get that shitty guy?
I know.
And you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you want to be like, man, I could show you some people.
I know.
Which we've all had that too, where you're on a lineup and you're bombing, and you're like, guys, I don't want to be this guy.
Yes.
I've looked at the lineup. You better start enjoying this. Because that was me when I knocked to the wall. Chucked his shit in his pants.
Sheer fear right there.
Sheer fear.
Sheer fear. So this day, I don't know how much time we have. Oh, fuck. Went to that Park Hotel, or Park Cafe, or whatever, River Cafe.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm at the bar, the table's not ready. Where are you at on this? A couple is next to me on the terrace of the restaurant, proposing.
Whoa.
Big proposal, 4 feet away from me. I look at that, I point to the wife, I go, look at that, that's nice. The whole restaurant applauds or whatever. They go, well, they walk in, and I want to be a picture. Get them 2 glasses of champagne on the Big Kahuna here.
How about that?
Feels cool. I give them the champagne. They're at the table. No thanks. Whatever. It's a nice restaurant. I get the bill. So I guess how much the glass of champagne is.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know what champagne's got. I'm going to say $46.
For 2 glasses of champagne, which is outrageous. I mean, that's 6 burritos.
So what's that? $30, $32, $34?
I guess so. I mean, I could have bought 5 bottles of champagne at the 7-Eleven.
$34 for a glass of champagne?
2 glasses, yeah. So I'm like, no, that's a lot of money. I just basically gave these guys $70. I don't know them.
Yeah.
Do I go up and say I was the champagne guy? Just want to let you know, sent you $70. That was on me. How do you feel about that?
I mean, this whole thing sounds wacky to me.
Yeah.
But,